This Monday afternoon. Margaret Tobias, the shortstop, leading things off for the Gophers. Looks at 3-2 the count. On the corner, Salo strikes out the first hitter she sees. Hard hit on the ground. Crane at second to get the out at first. Nani Valencia on the season leads this team with a .356 batting average. On the ground to short, Hubbard is gonna overthrow this.
Or else and give up another base.
And that will go down as an error, so the inning stays alive for the Gophers. Sydney Shorts batting in the fourth spot. You've seen her in the circle. She's playing first base in game 3.
I like that call on a 1-0 count. Hitters have a tendency to get comfortable when they're ahead in the count. Salo brought that changeup in to keep her off balance.
Fouls it off. 1-2 count to Schwartz. Salo got her swinging on the outside. Senior out of Wisconsin. I think .340 on the year. Has had a productive series, leading this team, batting .571. Gets a hold of one just underneath it, out to left field. Cosgriff underneath it for out number 2. And this year, they have their most wins since 2022. 30 wins for the Badgers this one. Chopper over to second base. Hooper is there for the final out. Only been through 1 inning. She's done a really good job of getting ahead of the count.
Just being very efficient. Each pitch serves a purpose. She's doing a good job of hitting her spots and using the pitch to set up the next pitch.
And Snippus slotted in the DP. Also a pitcher for the Gophers this season. She fouls one back. But an 0-2 count. That off speed has been so effective. That's Salo's 3rd K of the day.
With the setup, both pitches before this, full speed.
In the first 3 innings, all of their runs have come in the later innings.
You've got to make adjustments sooner than that. You can't wait till your second, third time up to bat. They've seen Gabby Salo now this whole weekend. The Minnesota offense may not have a plan. Individually, these batters may not go in with their what pitch am I attacking this at bat, and sticking to that plan.
And you see there, all 10 runs have come between innings 4 through 7. As Bernett continues to battle, one just falling. 3-2. Just missing. Bernett patient with it as she trots down to first. On the outside corner, lifts it for the second.
I like this move. Maybe she even saw something in warm-ups that said, I'm going to get Werner in if I have the opportunity. Maybe she's swinging aggressively. You know, sometimes you got to shake things up, and you got to try things that if you do the same thing over and over again, it's not working. You know, time to move on. Maybe this is the plan today for Minnesota. I like it. I like the aggressiveness.
Well, now a runner in scoring position. 2-2 the count. On the ground over the third. Blomberg gets the play at first, and that will end the threat from Minnesota. Up for the Badgers. As you see Werner, Maggie Werner, came in to pinch hit for Lucy Hooper. She is staying.
Usually pitchers don't get enough time. They don't get as many swings in the cage, you know, as a position player, because they've got a lot more time they got to put in the circle.
Got a good piece of that, but I think her mom was giving her a hard time. She missed the pitch.
I think she was, but you know, there's a lot of nerves out there. Having a spotlight on you.
Fouls one back, 1-2. She's got a 2-2 count. Pops it straight up. Kraft behind the plate is there for out number 2. Out pinch running. Well, here's Riley Crane. Strike 0-2. Wisconsin strands a runner at second, but we are still. As we enter the top of the third inning, 9-1-2 due up for the Gophers. Haven't allowed a run so far through the first 2 innings. This is the number 9 hitter, Tinley Easton, the freshman. Pops one up. Difficult spot. It's going to drop in fair play. First hit of the game for the Gophers. And Easton made her way to second on that one. The Gophers have left a runner on base in each of the first 2 innings. Hoping to strike first here in the top of the third. As Margaret Tobias steps back into the box, she gets the bunt down. And everyone's gonna be safe.
Sacrifice when you've got that kind of speed and you can beat it out. But she places that ball in the perfect.
You mentioned also at the beginning of the broadcast, she has 24 runs scored as well. I mean, she is accounting for all the offense for Minnesota.
Exactly. That's kind of absurd. She's scoring the most runs and she's also bringing in the most runs.
2-0 count. Fouls one back and now to play. Slow roller over to second, no tag, but they'll get the out at first. So it has been a priority for both teams to just put the ball in play because you never know what's going to happen.
Right, and when you're in that kind of, when you have that kind of an offense that Minnesota's kind of experiencing right now, where you start to tighten up a little bit and you force things. But like Coach Ritter said on our chat the other day, she said, if these
0-1 count to Schwartz, who struck out back in the first inning.
Again, and supply some kind of energy, some kind of spark to this offense.
And this is a young bottom half of the lineup for Minnesota. Their first 3 hitters are all seniors. But the rest, freshmen, sophomores, and a few juniors. Stippis struck out to start the second inning. But now Salo struggling a bit to find the strike zone. 5 straight balls.
Have to grind through it. Now, see this changeup coming in there. That's what she was missing that last at-bat.
And here's the 3-2. Attacking your pitches. And Bernett will attack this pitch and send it over the right field wall. A grand slam off the bat of Breezy Bernett puts Minnesota up big. We're up 5-0.
Wow. Bernett does a fantastic job of keeping her bat on the barrel, her barrel on that ball on the outside half. She knew that was gone as soon as she stepped out of that box. Look at her celebrating for her team. Sometimes
it's actually going to be Jordan Felchey warming up in the bullpen for Wisconsin. On the 1-2 count, lifts this one into the gap.
Wisconsin's momentum coming into this game. Look at the momentum that Minnesota has right now. Now, that wasn't even a beautiful, hard swing. She just had enough on it to get it through that infield.
Two outs, so 2 count. Gets the chase. Well, Jacobson comes in and gets the out to back into this game. As you see Emma King pinch running at first base. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Danny Lucy. First pitch swinging. They're not going to get the out at first and second, and Lucy is going to beat it out at first. So back to the top.
Wasn't able to get that down on those first 2 strikes. So now she's in a situation where she thinks she has to think about trying to put the ball down and play, getting it down on the ground and moving these runners. She wasn't able to with the sacrifice that time.
Hard hit up the middle. The run, safe at home. Time Hasek has faced adversity as the bunt popped up but foul. Presley Hosick was lights out in the circle for Minnesota. Let's see how she works through this here in the third. Again, they'll go back to the bunt and get the out at first. Looking to keep the scoring going for the Badgers here in the bottom of the third. Another ground ball up the middle will keep the scoring coming. The throw is high, but they get her at home. So one run comes across for the Badgers, but that is how the inning will end. You see the catcher Kraft, and she give.
It's going to be a tough call because the question is.
It's a 5-2 lead for Minnesota as we enter the top of the fourth inning, and we are their second road win of the year. But the Gophers had it around their lineup in the third inning. Tinley Easton back to lead things off here in the top of the fourth. Takes one high, but foul. Doing it all on the field. Get the pictures, getting us ready and prepped for the game. Shout out to all the SIDs. They've done a fabulous job this season. Hard hit on the ground. It's going to get through. Back-to-back innings at the number 9 hitter.
Just finding a way to get on base, to get something going for this team.
So back to the top, Margaret Tobias, 1 for 2 on the day. We saw her with the bunt single. All 3 veterans. As again, she gets this bunt down. Throw checking at second.
At control. Look how soft she is. Once that ball hits the bat, she gives with both hands to kind of absorb that shock of the pitch and just drops that bunt in a perfect spot.
Here is back in the third, but still in search of her first hit of the day. Chopper over to short. They'll get the lead at second. Kraft will be safe at first.
3 change-ups in a row. She actually has multiple off-speed pitches.
Valencia, the senior from Georgetown, Kentucky, had her 100th career hit on Saturday. And 4 straight balls from Jacobson loads the bases for the Gophers. Jacobson with 4 straight balls, and the Gophers, the Ducks on the pond and 1 out.
Jacobson, such a spinny pitcher, so much movement. She's got to get control of that, get it in that zone.
And keeping these big hitters off balanced, I mean, that's so key in this hitter's game. I mean, we've seen it all season. The bats in the Big Ten have been huge. So many run rule games, as this one's gonna get through. A single from Schwartz scores 2 for the Gophers.
Pulling it together, Sydney Schwartz takes this low pitch, this drop ball.
Minnesota batted around their lineup in the last inning, scoring 5. They've scored 2 so far here in the fourth. Fauci, the left-handed freshman from Staten Island, coming to the Midwest to play some Big Ten softball. That one right over to second.
Down and in on right-handed hitters. Could be very effective for her.
Off the end of the bat, they'll get the force out at second. So Fauci comes in and gets
63 to 64, relies a lot on a drop, and she has 2 change-ups. So you got to look out for that. 2 different speeds.
over to third. Easton with the backhand. The first, round number 1. Hit the sweep.
You possibly can. Recognize that it's change-up and just try to stay on it as long as you can.
Full 0 for 1 in the day, struck out back in the second. Out 4 straight balls, and Kuffel is standing at first with 2 outs. And here's Ellie Hubbard. She led off the 3rd and 4th innings with a single. Started both of those rallies. Right back into the glove of Felci. Oh, the freshman with some quick work of the Gophers.
Battle of the border. These two teams, they do bring out the best in each other, too. That's something that Coach Healy was talking about. It's like hard to see in full speed. If you can slow it down and get a different angle, it just keeps the game honest.
You said they'll take it any way they can, as that's a fair ball. I thought she touched it, too, but
yeah, right under
just
it.
got underneath it. Well, Bark looking to make something happen here. High fly ball in the gap, and it's gone. I think she'll take that hit over what we just saw. Bark goes yard for the 2-run blast. Wisconsin's back in this game.
Just lines this ball up, squares it up, stays on it, drives it hard, right back up the middle where it came from. Giving her team 2 more runs. A blast. She's having a blast. Absolutely. You're happy the third baseman didn't get a glove on that ball, that pulled foul ball? Gotta love this game.
Well, here's Molly Slosher. Slashes with a foul. On the ground is short. Tobias coming into this game. And junior season. On the ground, Tobias with back-to-back outs. So far, retiring the last 5 batters she has seen. And we have seen a lot in this game so far, and we still got about 2 more innings to go.
As a coach, to keep your team motivated, but I think that Coach Ritter does such a good job of sticking to the facts. Like, she's a facts-only kind of girl, and the goal is to get a little bit better today, and that's it. And I think when you do that,
it showed. Close games, they just weren't able to finish. You saw a lot of great Big Ten competition this past weekend. Oregon battling it out with UCLA. Indiana, Nebraska. 3-2 count to Tobias. Lays off in the dirt. That's the first base runner.
Show them something else, because Minnesota, like you said, has only seen Salo and Molly Jacobson for the whole series. So to get Shelby Jacobson in there, Jordan Felci in there, it just gives them a different look until they get back to what they've already seen.
2-0 count to Taylor Kraft. Hard hit, gonna get through the left side. 2 aboard for Minnesota, and no. This one's gonna get past Wells behind the plate.
It's a good opportunity for Jacobson to get some experience before postseason. Wisconsin has had all this momentum offensively and just wanted to pull everything else together, the defense and the pitching. So this will be a really good time for Jacobson to show that she can handle that.
On a 3-0 count, Valencia delivers. An RBI single, but she's out at second. With the win. They have all home games remaining on their schedule. And here's Schwartz, who delivers. Add another RBI to the total of Schwartz. This is exactly what Minnesota wanted to do. All season, it's been a disappointing offensive production from the Gophers. They have 10 hits, 9 runs in this game, and they continue to pass the bat throughout their lineup.
that the Gophers needed on offense.
And the Slugfest continues. Have yourself a day, Bernett. And I love the passion and fire. Here's Congreve. Look at and after Tobias started this inning with a single, it has been 5 straight singles for the Gophers. Chopper, but foul.
You see these hitters just with, if you could understand why and when and you could turn it on or off as a coach, I mean, you'd be rich.
I'm sure it has to feel good for Minnesota right now. Finally have everything clicking offensively after struggling majority of conference play. But the double play, she dropped it at first.
Steps right on the bag and fires over to first base. It's just a little off. It's a little too much for Bark to handle. Backhand, short hop. It really just put him behind. They couldn't catch up.
So this is the 5th pitcher. And the bats continue to show off for the Gophers, but the throw at home, they got her. Lucy out in center field with the throw home to get Bernett at the plate. And snap their 5-game losing streak. For Wisconsin, 5-6-7 due up. Bojan still in search of her first hit. Easton with time.
I love how Sydney Schwartz just stepped in and kept this momentum.
His had was that two-run home run she gave up to Olivia Bark back in the 5th. But other than that, she's been lights out. Wells lifts one out to left field, but right to the glove of Cosgrave. 2 outs. She actually started the game at second base. First pitch swinging over to short. Tobias gets the out at first. 1-2. This Gopher offense. On the ground, over to short. Bang, bang play, but called out.
Hubbard put a little extra on that one. See Olivia.
On the ground, the bunt. Salo gets the out at first. 2 close plays, but 2 outs.
Just laying that bunt down the same spot she's been laying it all game.
Bang, bang plays. But this time, takes a bad hop on Hubbard. To Nani Valencia. Now she's ahead 1-2. Popped up, but backing out of play. Really attack that. She goes low for this one. They get the out at first to end the inning. Hubbard gets just underneath this one, out to center field. Bernett is there for the catch. And Coach Healy said, Lucy is a player who frankly struck out a little bit too much. She challenged her to put the ball in play, and she did that yesterday. And now she draws the walk here. Patient at bat for Lucy. First pitch swinging over at short. Tobias gets the lead runner. Here's Blomberg, who's 0 for 3 on the day. Slices one, but the catch at first. Chard extending. Gets the final out in Minnesota.
Timing this up. Blomberg gets it. You think it's going to be that little bloop that gets over. Times it up. Great job. Last out.
Minnesota avoiding the sweep, getting the win over Wisconsin in Game 3, 10-4.